the stuff that's in this layout. We've got an image, we've got a headline, we've got text over here, we've got an image, we've got text that's about our expiration date, we've got this text, and then we've got a button. So how do we turn this into what we're trying to build? Well, if you've watched anything we've been doing so far, we're doing it all in the table. I just removed all that so I can go on ahead and put a table in here and then just put all this stuff in the table. All right, I'm going to reduce the size of my text so you can see a little bit more. So as you can see, that's all just simply pasted. I've got my opening table and my closing table tags. Now, normally you would have this all inside of an HTML document, and the title would be something here, and all of what we're doing would be sitting between these two body tags right here. Okay, so here. But I'm going to pretend that we already have all of this stuff, and I'm just going to be building the stuff that would go right here. All right, and so there, I'm going to delete all this and I'm going to paste it. You can do this ignoring all that other stuff inside of CodePen. Don't put the rest of that stuff, you don't put this stuff in CodePen, because it only wants the stuff that's here. It does not want any of the rest of it. All right, so starting there, I've got my table. Okay, all of this is in a table. And remember in class I said it's a table requires something else. So I'm going to cut this stuff away using Control X. I'm going to give myself some space, and I'm going to create a TR, and then I'm going to create inside of that table row, I'm going to create a TD. All right, and I'm going to put all this stuff inside that table division. Okay, so let's save this, and I'm going to load this document into my browser right here. Okay, there's not a lot to it. It's just text on a screen. At this point, we don't have anything. We've got one single line of text, even though we've got returns. Remember, the browser ignores these spaces. All right, now this is inside of a table, and I need to make sure that this table has a width of 100%. It needs to have cell padding of 0, cell spacing of 0, and a border of 0. I'm going to change that border to 1 so you can see what it looks like. Now you see all that stuff's just inside that box. Okay? So now let me turn that off, and let's go and do our next item, which is we're going to take all this same content, and now we've got a box that is full width. Okay, since that box is full width, we now want to restrict the email or the HTML to only be about 600 pixels wide. Okay, and we want it to be centered in here. So with that said, I want the alignment of anything in this cell to be centered. Do that and hit replace. Now all the stuff is centered. All right. Next thing I need to do. So this is where we talk about nesting. All right, I'm going to copy all of this stuff out, and I'm going to put another table in. In fact, I'm going to show you how I do this. If there's something I want to copy and paste, but then I also need to copy and paste something else, come in, paste it outside of the table, paste it outside of the table. Now I'm going to copy my table like this, and I'm going to paste it inside here. So let's do this. A quick way to do formatting is to take everything to the far left edge. Now take these and move them in, then take these and move them in. Whoops, move them in. And you just use a tab key for that. So now I'm going to come here to line 8, and I'm going to paste my table there. So I'm going to take all of this stuff all the way to the edge, and I'm going to come into there. I'm going to push that in one and push this in one. Now everything is going to go inside this space. This is where I'd start to do my comments. For a lot of folks, they're wanting to use comments as a way to say, this is what this is. So here is my, I'm going to say my comment is, there is a 600 pixel wide page. All right, so we've got 600 pixels wide, and I'm going to change its width to 600. Okay, so again, if I were to change my border from 0, if I were to change both of those to 1 and save, all right, I'm going to put my content in right here. So everywhere you see the word content, I'm just going to take this and grab all of that, save, hit refresh. You see the word content. I'm going to take the word content, I'm going to replace it with all that other stuff. Okay, it's not very neat and tidy, but that's okay. Let's save that, hit refresh. Now you notice that we have a 600 pixel wide box that has my stuff in it. Okay, well, let's go on ahead and start turning this stuff into things that will actually have some benefit to the layout. Let's go on ahead and just style this. We're going to style, and we're going to say padding is 1 rem. Don't have to have capitals. So we've got that as 1 rem. We're going to something I'm going to do up here at the very top is I'm going to say style, and I want my font family to be sans serif, and that's going to impact everything. Now all my fonts are sans serif. I'm still going to copy a lot of this and reuse it in places because there are things that will cause it to break. All right, so I've got all of my stuff in a 600 pixel wide page. I've got its internal structure. Remember, a table has to have a table row and a table division, at least one. But this is going to have more than one table division. So I've still got my border equals 1. Now let me, whoops, not what I wanted to do. I'm going to end my table division. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to just kind of push it right in there. There's where my image is going to be. And now I'm going to copy all this, and I have to end my table row, because every time you end, like this image is going to go all the way across, so that means it's going to be 1 row. Well, now I need to basically copy all of this right here, and now I need it to go right here. So copy and paste. We got all the same structure. If I save this, now I have this word image on its own block, centered in there, and then I have now centered all of this text here. Okay, let's go see what that looks like when we refresh. We've got a top box with the word image. We now have a second box with all the rest of the text. Okay, so far that should get you to this point. To review, we have an outer box that goes 100% of the width of the window. And inside of that, we have a table row with a table division where we've set all the font to sans serif. Inside of that, we've created another table. That other table is now restricted to 600 pixels wide. How do we see that? Because right here the word width is set to 600. Inside of this table, we currently have 2 table rows. The first row has just the image. Inside of that table row, we have a table division that has its content centered and creates 1 rem space of padding all the way around the image. Okay, so far you can't see that spacing, that padding, because it's just the word image, but you see it at the top and the bottom. That, notice how the space above it is the same space that would be occupied vertically of these letters. You can literally stack this word image 3 times in that space. That is your padding. Same thing here. We've got that same padding around it. We've got everything is centered here. Okay. Right now, this is as far as you should be. I want you to build this. I've already given you part of this breakup, but I want you to try building this on your own. And then I'll see you in the next video.